Welcome to another episode of the We Call Game podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Vino, here with my co-host, Joseph Carpe Diem.
Putting in work from the AM to the PM. You know
Let's
the
go.
vibes.
Richard Flair, producers here as well.
Indeed, yes, sir. Let's go.
KD's entourage is in the building. Got LeBron James's jersey up here for the last time because man has missed the playoffs completely.
Heartbreaking. But
Somewhat. I haven't cared the last couple of months, but obviously let's talk about these fakers for the last time because this is some embarrassing stuff. So go on, Joe, say what you want to say in it.
Obviously, they were calling him Washed King. Life comes at you fast, boy. Man, we're talking, you know what? We may not win a chip this year, but we'll at least get the playoffs, maybe second round exit, conference finals if we're lucky. Didn't even make the play-in. Is this what we're doing?
that's not his fault.
Here we go, bruv. Another LeBron apologist. What are we doing?
Bro, he's 38.
Oh, my God. They were even letting him... Bruv, stop this, man.
He's 38 years old. You're still expecting him to lead a team by
Yes,
himself.
yes. Because...
What other 30-year-old is doing that?
What, was LeBron supposed to be playing second fiddle this year?
Ideally.
When does LeBron play second fiddle ever?
Bro,
He's
38.
37 years old.
Yeah, 37, 38.
Like, what do you think this is? Like, man's not...
This guy's not a robot.
Exactly. I don't know why you expect him... I don't know why you expect his human body to do stuff that no other athlete's been able to do. He's 37 years old. And he's still average, what? 37 and 8 or whatever.
I don't care about these numbers if we're not even making the play-in. What are we doing?
He's 38. He's 37, averaging 30 points.
What are we doing, man? This is not... We didn't even make the play-in. What are we
No,
saying?
and that's a failure. But for you to put it all on him and say he's washed king, it's just like, that's not what happened.
Listen, I didn't put it all on
That's
him.
not what happened because he's not actually washed. That's not the issue.
I didn't
He
put it-
himself isn't actually washed.
I didn't put it all... I didn't put it all on LeBron. But, you know, a fish rots from the head down. So we got to start with, We got to start with,
All right.
LeBron the GM. Let's start with LeBron the GM, yeah? Obviously, you saw the reports. Could have got DeMar DeRozan, but, you know, LeBron intervened and got Russ. Cool. Russ was set up to fail in LA anyway. That's on LeBron. Cool. Rob Pelinka hasn't got the best PR. Genie Bus doesn't know up from down. It's a shit show all round. But
I'm not saying this when they won the chip, though.
oh my God,
True. And that was only 2 years ago.
bruv, that was the bubble chip.
All right.
Oh
That no one else won.
Yeah, lie.
Yeah, listen.
No one else won, innit? Everyone else had an
Everyone else was in the
opportunity
bubble,
to.
yeah.
Oh my God, man. Serious.
Bron hater, fam.
I'm not a Bron hater.
No,
I'm
but
just
let's have
objective.
this moment in it because they didn't actually make the play, and it is, I'd say, the biggest embarrassment there's been for a hyped up team that I've seen in the NBA. Hands down.
Can we deep it? Not
Hands
even-
down.
So you have 5 Hall of Famers, by the way. LeBron, Russ, Melo, AD, Bron. That's 5. That's 5 Hall of Famers.
Like it was embarrassing when you looked at the situation and was like, your ceiling's getting beaten in the first round. Like it was bare embarrassing even then. This is unthinkable. No playing. Not that. Look, I didn't care about being in the playing or not, but like there's just certain things you understand. Like the Spurs weren't built to finish above the Lakers. The only reason they did is because you lose so much that, it just becomes a possibility.
Even the Clippers that were without Kawhi.
No, the Clippers were always going to make the play-in. I picked them to make the play-in. They're exactly where I thought they'd be. The Clippers are a good team without them. And it shows. They're around the 7th, 8th seed. It's different.
Paul George looking like he made the right decision to join the Clippers still.
Oh, what chip did they win?
They haven't won a chip, but
Oh, okay.
So how's it the right choice?
Yeah.
because
What have they done? Nothing.
they,
Still. No, what have they done?
listen, you
What
know
have they achieved? The
reason-
conference
the
finals.
reason-
So you
the
take a
reason-
conference
no,
finals over a chip.
No, the reason,
Is that the standard?
Let
Is
me-
that your
let me-
standard?
Let me explain why Paul George made the correct choice in not joining the Lakers and LeBron. Because we know whenever LeBron has a season that is deemed a failure, there's always one scapegoat. Do you think they would, like, LeBron is going to go without
What are
blame?
you talking about, man?
20 years from now, no one's gonna care.
Bro,
People-
Exactly,
this is
what are you
that's
talking
not
about?
what
This
I'm
is some
talking-
LeBron
this
haters
is
stuff,
not what
bro.
I'm talking about.
Let's
It's
talk
just-
about facts.
Oh my
What
God.
has Paul George done at the Clippers? What has happened since LeBron James has been in LA? And let's start with the headlines. They've missed the playoffs twice. Okay, yeah, that's the main headlines you guys want. But what else has happened? They've won a championship. What would you rather take? I know it's up and down, but I'd at least take the chip. That's just me.
I'm not saying I wouldn't take the chip.
Oh, so what are we talking
What
about?
what I'm saying,
What are we talking about
what
then?
I'm saying is,
They're talking
Play-
nonsense,
what
bro.
I'm saying is, players don't want to play with LeBron. Yeah, players don't want to play with LeBron because when the ship starts to sink, they're looking for you to blame other than the
Richard,
captain.
why is it with LeBron James? It's the only person he starts talking in rumors about.
It's not
Like it's not
rumors.
actually facts. It's nothing we could. It's all rumors, hearsay. This guy said this. The narrative is that. It's like, bro, come to me with some cold hard facts, bro, about what happened. Stop analyzing this guy with paper talk like a hater. No, because that's what you're doing. Man's talking about. What did he just say?
What? That players don't want to play with LeBron?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Where's the stat for that? Where can we prove that? Oh, it's just, an opinion that, you might be able to, point at different, but, you leave out the fact that Anthony Davis, pretty much upped and left the whole franchise to go play with LeBron. Oh, but Anthony Davis is a bitch, but no one wants to play with LeBron, but someone did. So it's just like, bruh, just leave all that out and come to me with some cold, hard facts. Or else this is air, bruv. This is air.
So
You
what?
ain't even talked about Russ. Because you're that much. I thought I was going to hear bare about Russ. But, you had to get off your LeBron stuff because you're a LeBron hater, innit?
No. Listen, I said.
You ain't even talked, which would have been more of a thing where we can actually look at, okay, yeah, Russ didn't work because of this, or, oh, it was a Styles thing. Instead, we're talking about no one wants to play with LeBron on the day that, they don't make the play-in. You've really flopped today, bruv. You've really flopped.
Yeah, Listen, I'm
Really flopped.
I'm gonna get to Russ.
Gave you the floor.
I'm gonna get to Russ. Obviously, Russ. I hate to say I told you so about Russ, but I told you so. It was doomed to fail from the jump. From the jump, I told you this isn't gonna work. I don't know what man are celebrating about. Brody's home. Allow it, man. You know I'm trying to get him out. You know I'm trying to get him out of here so quick. And I was literally thinking, the only team that I could see him going to is probably Orlando. That's the only team.
He's gonna go Hornets, apparently.
If he goes Hornets, Michael Jordan might be a bigger dance than I thought. I'll be honest. If you want to ruin if you want to ruin LaMelo, bring Russ. If you want to ruin LaMelo,
He wants to sell tickets. That's
Do
the
it for
only...
LaMelo, man.
Don't forget, Russ is signed with Jordan as well. So.
yeah, I saw that.
The funny thing is, that's exactly what I'm going to do when I buy 2K. Russ, give me LaMelo.
The worst thing is, I saw it, yeah, and I'm like, he actually might do it because
He's
Jordan
not
is a.
going to do that. You can't. There's no way. You can't be that dumb. There's no way.
I said, Brody's home.
Brody's home. Listen, I can't even. Listen, I cannot. All the Russell.
There's a stat that I saw that Russ has more turnovers than jump shots.
What, he averages more turnovers than
No, like
jump-
for the whole season, he's had more turnovers than jump shots. Like,
They made jump shots.
yeah.
Wow. Russ, innit? What do you want me to say?
Are you hearing
It hasn't worked.
Sorry, say it again.
It
He's
hasn't
had more
worked.
what?
Russ has had more turnovers than jump shots.
It hasn't worked. Sue me.
That sounds like a crap player to me. This is what I'm saying, man.
I think
Like,
he's crap, but
Russ is, you know what it is? Overrated, overpaid. Just get him out of here. Like
We will.
there was even reports saying that how the relationship between Russ and the Lakers is unsalvageable. So he's out of there.
Yeah, good. I'm hearing maybe we can get, like a Malcolm Brogdon and someone else. Like this.
Yeah,
is
LeBron's gonna ruin them
sounded
too.
all
bro.
right, man.
LeBron's gonna ruin them too.
Russ was
bro.
gonna ruin before we got to LA.
Boy, according to the Russell Westbrook Justice League, he was averaging triple double in Washington because had bums around him. Now that he's playing with good players, he won't have to do as much. Bruv,
There was even a thing that I saw that Frank Vogel said like whoever gets through, man, they can bring the ball up. But I was like, no, I'm the point guard. Let me do it.
Of course.
So
No, apparently they lost faith in him as the ball handler quite early.
yeah,
So that's where, the relationship got fractured. We ain't even brought up the fact that a big reason all of this has happened as well is that, like, I know we would not have been good, but we definitely would have made the playoffs if AD played the whole year. And this actually needs to stop. This whole thing of, you can only play 35 to 40 games.
this guy's too much.
Yeah.
The guy hurts his ankle.
yeah,
too
if the
many
wind
times.
blows if the wind blows this wrong way, bruv, this guy might tear his ACL or something, bruv. Like, I hear you, but this is actually what happens, when you actually try to coach a player. One could make the argument that Russ has not been properly coached his whole career. This is why this Lakers experiment has been a disaster. So
Possibly. I've always said that about us.
Russ should know that, okay, cool, I'm on a team with good players and this is it's a system-based thing. So I'm not always going to be the ball handler. But no, in OKC, he was doing what he wants because Billy Donovan was not coaching him like that. Is that a fair assumption to
No,
make?
of course.
Because you don't like the assumptions that I make when I'm making assumptions about LeBron. But when I'm making
Because those aren't basketball assumptions. That's just rumors and hearsay. You just analyze something to do with Russell Westbrook's game. You never really talk about LeBron James's game. You always just talk about what people say about him and stuff.
I
which
can't
I find
lie.
weird.
I can't lie.
Because you can't get at his game.
I can't get at LeBron's game.
So what are we doing? So does that not make you a hater?
No, it doesn't.
You
Of
can't
course
actually
it
get out of
doesn't.
his
It
game.
doesn't. It
You can't
doesn't.
actually get out of what he does basketball.
Let me elaborate.
You're getting at stuff
No.
that you've heard.
No, that's not the point. Yeah, LeBron
Just revealed yourself.
LeBron's all-round game is excellent.
So why dissing him?
One of the
So what are we doing
I
here?
can explain if you let me explain. The reason why he gets dissed is because of the team success. I've never said, statistically, LeBron this, LeBron that. If it doesn't translate into team success, what are we talking about?
He's got 4 chips. What more do you
Oh
want
my
from the man?
God. And he's lost 6 times. What are we doing?
A lot of winning seasons, though. These
goal-
non-playoff,
the goal
these
is-
non-playoff appearances have only really come in his first 2 and now.
The
So
goal is not to
you're
have
talking about winning. You're talking about winning. Like
God.
he's won more than most.
the goal isn't to have winning regular seasons. What are we doing?
He's got more chips.
So what is he
than-
meant to win the chip every single year? What player done that? Apart from Bill Russell, when obviously there's no
That's
black
one
people in the
caveman
year
and
and
that.
stuff. Yeah, all them came.
Not
What player
I'm-
done that?
That's not what I'm saying.
So what are we
I'm
talking
saying
about?
since LeBron's run in Cleveland, his first run in Cleveland, he's near enough had the best team about 6 of the 10 years since 2010. So 6 out of 10 years since 2010, he's had the best teams, and 2 of them were the Golden State ones. Obviously, one of them when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt, so that's 3. All the other losses have been inexcusable.
Okay,
So if your team's
so he's lost before.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
No,
saying
that is what you're
no,
saying. So
what
he's
I'm
lost before.
What I'm saying is, you've had the best team in the league, the majority of the 2010s.
No.
Bruv, other than the 2 years in Golden State where KD was there, what are we talking about?
Raptors now have a better team than.
Bruv.
I ain't talking about Raptors had a better team than Lakers.
No, I'm talking about the LeBron James teams that he was on.
Yes.
Oh, what, the year where Lonzo was there?
Yes.
Okay, so your argument is that he's been on the best teams and what? He didn't win the chip every year. So what?
He's supposed to.
Fam, he's gone to the finals like.
Oh my God! Is the goal?
So he's supposed to, and that's why you don't like him.
no. What I'm saying.
No, because
is-
that was the root of this.
it's
Because you
not
said
a-
there's
it's not a
nothing.
do- it's not
You
a-
said you
it's
can't
not-
get out of his
it's
game.
not- it's
So
not-
then you broke down into this soliloquy to
No.
explain to us why. That's why we listened to all of that. No.
No.
No, that Richard. That's why we listened to all of what he was
What I-
saying.
what
I was trying to get to it. That's why we listened to all of it. So the reason you don't like him is because he didn't win every year.
No. LeBron has engineered his teams and his.
Oh, more hearsay.
Yeah. What do you mean? So LeBron has engineered his moves, yeah, and his teams to be the best team in the league. As soon as
Every team does that though.
no. As
Yes, they
soon
do to
as
the best
soon
ability
as
they can.
as soon as LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami,
Yeah.
when it's had D Wade and Chris Bosh, they were the best team in the league, correct?
Who could say
On
that?
paper.
Are you being pedantic for no reason?
Bruv, the Spurs were there.
Oh my
The
God.
Lakers were there.
They were not better than the Heat. What are we doing?
Dallas was obviously
Tim Duncan
there.
was like 40 years old. What are we doing?
He still won one more chip.
Oh my God. Why did he win one more chip?
Because they had a good all-around
Because
team.
they blew the Heat out of the
They had-
building.
Bro,
They had
how
a good
many?
team running a good
Exactly.
system.
How
That's
many?
not what I'm
How
s-
many years in the? How many years in the 2010s? What
Spurs
did
were
the
over 50
Spurs?
wins.
Yeah, over 50 wins. Even when Tim
Were they
Duncan was that
supposed to
old, they were
be-
consistently a cold team.
Fam, even in 2016, they won like 60 something games, like 65 games.
That was the year Kawhi got injured.
No, that's the Golden State one.
That is the year I think
That's
he
the-
got injured.
that's the
But
year
anyway,
Nah,
they're
that
a
was 20
consistent cold team. So
That's not what
so
I'm saying.
what's
I'm
your
not
point?
saying they're not cold, but if you have the best,
But if you're
if
you're
you
not
have the best-
consistently
if
cold,
you have the-
are you not in the shout
if
for
you
the
have
chip?
the best team, yeah, if you have the best team in the league and you have two of the top, at the time, two of the, let's say, top 10, at the very least, LeBron and D Wade.
Top 15.
No,
10,
at the time,
10,
10. Two of the top 10 players in the league.
maybe 6.
This is what
or
I'm saying.
7.
You shouldn't be losing.
Okay. So that's why you don't like him.
Because the odds have always been.
Because that's
Yes.
what
No,
we
it's
entered
not-
into
it's
this.
no, because-
That's what we're
no,
trying to answer here.
no.
Don't change it. that's
Listen,
why you don't like him. That's your reason.
Listen, no, it's
That's
not-
your reason.
No, I'm saying, yeah, the odds have always been, or more often than not, they've been in LeBron's favor, and he's come up short. So what are we celebrating? Great player, but I'm starting to. They get me a little overrated in that.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
A little overrated. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Man said
That's what you
LeBron
think.
James.
Alright,
That's what I think,
LeBron
yes.
James, LeBron James is overrated. Wow.
A little overrated. I'll be honest.
Wow.
A little overrated.
Wow, your basketball card might be thrown in the bin.
We've got to it. To be honest, when I was asked, I said it.
So what are we doing? So I just can't say it because I'm a hater. Whatever,
No.
man.
Nah.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, because I don't say all of this stuff. I don't bring up, this rumor, that rumor. I just say, like, yeah, slightly, for me, slightly over.
No.
Slightly overrated, but at the end of the day, like, I'd rank him what? In that all-time list where you're supposed to say all them Bill Russell and all of them people, he's between like 2 and 4. Like, you can't move him anywhere. For me personally, if you're gonna look at, because I judge it on, okay, I'm gonna look at everyone's primes in it. I don't care about Washington, Michael Jordan. I don't care about when you're not playing. It's just like, okay, when you were the best, when you were the top dog, and for that sample size of your career, what did you do? So I have him about there. In terms of who I've seen, I'd have him like 1A. He's up there with Kobe. It depends on what day I wake up. Who's better? No, literally. So, some days it's like, yeah, you know this LeBron, like, you might actually, then like most days it's like, nah, nah, he ain't like that. But
So me having him 5 is a disrespect.
Yes.
Yeah.
no, you're just a hater. You don't like LeBron James. That's
Wow.
it. That's it. I don't care about whether we come to the same. You actually just don't like it,
It's
which
not.
I find
No,
weird.
stop doing this.
You
It's
don't.
Not, I don't like. It's
You
just,
don't.
It's just you haven't even got like a heroic narrative that I can be like, you know what?
What?
Let me explain.
It's 3-1 down to
I
Golden
like-
State.
Yes, that's one. Yeah.
Man said one. That's more than many.
No. But in the other instances, you stack the deck and you still come up short.
Where's an example?
2011.
Fine. We'll give you that.
Who else?
2010, they were 3-2 down to the Celtics. And then what did he do?
Who won the chip that year?
Lakers in 2010.
I'm talking everything past Miami, because in 07 he got swept by San Antonio.
Yeah.
Was it 07? Yeah, he got swept by San Antonio. He had no help then. Cool. I'll excuse that one. But the others, he gets no excuse for. The other ones he has no excuse for.
Who cares? That's the thing. Who cares at the end of the day, bro? This guy competed in how many championships?
10.
So literally, you're the gatekeeper of the league.
You're
The gatekeeper. That you're Thanos for 10 times 9 times in a row.
Who did LeBron stop?
And you're the one that everyone has to beat, and that's a problem because you don't win every year.
If
Come on,
if
man.
LeBron's the gatekeeper
This
for the
is
league,
sports at the end of the
if
day,
LeBron is
bruv.
the gatekeeper for the league or whatever, or for chips, lousy gateman, bruv. Because he ain't stopped no one from
Alright,
winning. He
alright.
hasn't stopped no one
Bruv.
from winning chips.
Who
Like,
el-
what
who
are we
else has
doing?
done that? Who else has done that, bro?
What are we doing?
Baldy had to go play baseball and find
what
his
are we
smile
doing?
again
What are we doing?
to be
Like,
the gatekeeper
like-
and all that. And yeah, he won every year, but it's just like, man actually sat there for 9 straight years, bro, at the top of the pile, said, yeah, win, lose, or draw. Like, whatever happens in this finals, I'm involved in it.
Like,
And that's a reason to diss a man. Cool.
Because what good is you being the gatekeeper of chips? When man are stepping to your door, you're getting waded. Gatekeeper
whatever,
getting waded. Like, what are we doing?
Whatever.
What are we doing? Like, Jordan, yeah. Another reason why Jordan is the GOAT is he stopped bare bad winning chips.
You got man like Chris Paul, great player, making their first finals at what, like 37. That's how hard it is to get there.
Yeah,
fam.
but
not
Chris-
everyone just does it, and this guy was doing it every year.
Yes, but Chris Paul,
every single year.
Chris Paul has not got a chip because LeBron was in the way. Chris Paul has not got a chip is because at the moment where he needed the most.
Oh no,
he's getting injured.
people like the Spurs who you were laughing at and stuff were in the way.
I wasn't.
Tim Duncan was 40.
I wasn't
That's what I'm
laughing.
saying. Those
Oh
are the
my
people
God.
stopping Chris Paul and stuff. And LeBron. But yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, but-
bruv. It's all warped over
no
there,
one wants
bruv.
to get-
It's all come over to the side of impartiality. The side of impartiality who can
I'm not-
separate, the trees and just look at this for what it all is, man.
I'm just saying, LeBron. If he's a gatekeeper, he's a washed gatekeeper. I'll be honest. I'm saying that. Everyone's won chips in your in your era.
No one else is gonna do that.
In LeBron's era, everyone's won chips. Kawhi,
Carmelo ain't
Giannis,
won a chip.
who?
Carmelo. James
Bruv.
Harden, Russ.
Bruv, Carmelo, James Harden, Russ. You know what them three have in common?
What?
They're all dancers. What are we doing? Carmelo, overrated. James Harden.
Well, they just haven't played on super duper teams.
What do you
Well,
mean?
they haven't though.
What do you mean? Carmelo has not made a conference final.
Of course he has.
He has made a conference final.
He's played Kobe in the conference final.
So no, sorry, mean during the Knicks.
So,
So
but he's made a conference.
He spent the
final.
most of his time.
And
at
then
the
look
Knicks.
who's losing to. That's the thing. But basing all these things on, oh my, you didn't do this. But it's just like, okay, who did I lose to at the end of the day?
Who did Melo lose to?
he lost to Kobe.
That's the Kobe.
No, we're talking about Denver.
Yes.
He was a better player in Denver, by the way.
Yes,
But
that is
I'm talking-
Denver.
I'm talking about the Knicks. When Carmelo
One
went to-
year, LeBron and that put them out. The next year, yeah, it was Indiana and
were a
Roy
good team,
Hibbert and
though.
them lot. But they were a good team at the time. They actually were a good team. And then after that, I don't think they had that many winning seasons.
It's after
Why is that?
2014 they just went down.
Why is that?
Well, Phil Jackson came and stuff, and then
So,
things
so,
started.
so are we blaming Melo's failures in New York on Phil Jackson? Is this what we're doing? Is this
a
what
lot
we're
of
doing?
things happen at the end of the day, bro. This stuff isn't. Bruv,
players
you're
got
talking
traded.
like
we
a
know,
leak,
we
bro.
know what
You're
we know-
actually talking
we
like
know
a
what,
leak.
we know what happened. We know what happened.
Players
We,
got traded.
we know what happened in the Knicks. Mike D'Antoni wanted to do what he was doing in Houston, in New York. So that
And
meant
what's that amounted to? What's that amounted to? So what he would have been? So what they should have went with that? What's that amounted to? When's he ever won? I've stopped being a neat,
I'm
bro.
not. I'm not
This
being
stuff-
a neat.
You are, bro.
I'm not.
This
I'm
stuff
just.
isn't just
I'm just
stuff
saying.
you can read off.
I'm
You didn't
just-
do this. You
I'm
didn't do
just
that. You
saying-
didn't do this. You
I'm
didn't
just
do that.
saying. Is Melo underrated or overrated?
Carmelo Anthony. Underrated.
Wow, here we go. How's he underrated, please? I
Because
can't see
people
it.
like you, because there's more neeks that watch these stuff like you now. So obviously the opinion goes to the majority, and if the majority is neeks and they think like you, then yeah, people don't respect Melo because he didn't do this, he didn't do that. When did you do this? It's like, shut up, man.
Well, listen,
You can't
know what it-
throw this tissue from here into your bin and you're talking about Carmelo Anthony. Shut the hell up, bro.
Listen,
It's
all
dumb.
I'm saying, yeah, is good all round, good player, great player.
Fam, he's top 10 in scoring. How can you diss him?
Exactly.
He's a great player, yes. Great scorer,
Like
yes.
everyone could just come and be top 10 in
Oh
scoring.
my god, great
Is
scorer.
KD there yet?
Nah, he's
He should be, but I doubt he's there yet.
he's number 21.
I find that mad, but
He's missed
Back-
a lot of time.
back to Melo, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
He easily has like 5,000 points just off the table because of
yeah.
injury and stuff, I would think. Because he's probably at what, like a young 22, 23,000 or something like that.
I'm gonna check.
Is he even at 25,000?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I think he'd definitely be at 30,000 by now.
But he's definitely gonna finish that top 5 though.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like Melo,
He's got a
is
lot. He's got a lot to eat.
7,000 more points.
Top 7,000 more points.
That's
Yeah,
4
he
years.
has to stay healthy, bro.
That's true.
This guy last 2 years is what by default missed 20, 30 games. So it's like you got all of that into account. You're getting older. I don't know if it's a gimme he gets into that top 5.
Yeah.
Top 10 maybe.
Nah, but with the way he plays though.
No, but you know what the thing with KD though, like he rarely has those games where he just goes off like that.
What?
When I mean like that, as
Really
in
don't
He's been
force
going
it.
off recently.
yeah, as in he goes off, but if you look at the Nets, Kyrie's more likely to go off than KD is.
Because I think Kyrie's been taking more shots in the last
Yeah.
couple of games. And I think Kyrie's trying to work himself into
Back
playoff
into-
shape.
Yeah.
Which it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird for the Bucks because if they win their play-in game straight away, they face the Bucks in the first round, and I wouldn't want to see that early. But obviously that's
Bucks don't want to
That's-
see either. That's why they're resting. all their guys
they
today.
probably don't. Even though I think that even though I'd pick them to win, I don't think you'd want to do that in the first round.
If they're all healthy like KD, Kyrie, and that series is going 7.
It's going 7 anyway.
I mean, I think it's going 7, but it's you don't want all that smoke
It
straight off.
takes away the spectacle of
Exactly.
yeah,
The playoffs would kind of be done for me after that. I can't lie. Like,
To be fair,
obviously, the
even
finals
last
is the
year-
finals.
Yeah. It's even last year when the Bucks beat the Nets, the playoffs was done for me.
Oh, yeah, obviously, because you were picking the Nets, though. So, of course, it was done for you then. This is me. I've got no... There's not even a first round exit. I'm like a journalist for this one, boy. The Lakers have done so bad, I can't even go in with agendas. Forget all that. I'm just here to see what's gonna go down. I'm sticking with Phoenix out the West though. Unless Kawhi and Finn come back, but even if they come back, it's just like it's too much of an ask, I think, for them to
turn water into wine, bro. Seriously, man. I'm not expecting nothing from the Clippers this year. Next year, though, scary hours. Have you seen my boy Kawhi's advert, though?
no.
Yeah,
I don't care about no Kawhi
of
Leonard.
course you don't, man. So disrespectful,
Crazy.
man. Man's done an
This guy
advert.
don't even speak, bro.
Man's done an advert. No talking, but it's cold. It's cold.
I'm gonna say dark horse. Yeah, I'm saying Dallas conference finals with Phoenix.
Being Golden State.
Steph's done. If Steph's done, if I don't see no Steph, then
Sleeping on
Is
Grizzlies as well.
Huh? I think I
Pretenders?
would want to
Grizzlies.
pick the Grizzlies, but I think this is going to be Luca's real coming out party because he's actually got the whole landscape now. There ain't no Porzingis, side-eyeing you and that. You got Dinwiddie and stuff. Jason Kidd's coaching the team well. Like, they actually look good. I think he's had a low-key really good season as well. No one's actually really talked about it.
That's true. Very true.
Had a low-key cold season, so I expect...
Obviously,
I definitely expect them to, even though it's a 4-5, I expect them to go out in the first round.
do you think Denver and the Utah Jazz are pretenders?
It's different though, because I kind of feel like
I think
with
the
you,
Jazz are definitely.
yeah, like I feel like it's easier to label the Jazz that because the Jazz have been in so many second round and conference finals in the last couple of years. It's now kind of like, even though I've never thought they should reach the finals, it's kind of like if you don't, then what are you doing? Whereas Dallas have just had first round exit. So I think if they went to the conference finals and lost, it will be perceived completely different. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't think you can call them pretenders.
Fair enough.
Because no one's shouting them for the chip anyway. But people feel like they should shout Utah for the chip just because they've been in and amongst it every year. I never do. I know they're not going to do anything. But
What about the Celtics?
see, I think it'll be more. I'd be more intrigued to see them play them to play Brooklyn than.
That series will go
The
7
Nets.
as well.
No, I think potentially because Boston have been on an upwards trajectory for a long time.
Yeah, they've been coached better this year. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. But we played
Defensively,
them
they're
last year.
cold, and they got two. And with Jason Tatum, they've got a boat. But the thing is, it always seems like whenever they play the Nets, bar like the last time they played when they won, I think for the first time that I've seen, it's always like Jason Tatum, this is cute, but this is the realness. That's how I feel when he plays against KD. So it's whether he can get that first win. That's why I would want to see it because they're seeded higher. But even though if you asked me to put my money, I'd put the Nets on it. I wouldn't be surprised with everything the Nets have had going on this season and with them actually being a lower seed if Boston actually beat them in the first round.
What about Philly?
Philly.
Yeah.
They would be the only team, I think, if Brooklyn played in the first round now, that I'd be confident, Brooklyn would beat them.
Yeah, I think psychologically Brooklyn have got Philly still. So yeah, first round I'll
That's
say
the way that James Harden's playing as well.
The Nets, I'd take the Nets. I think Boston 50-50. Even Miami, it's the sum of the parts, but it's like, fam, sometimes a good team can actually. So I'd even consider them before I'd think Philly. Philly would have to be in the conference finals and have to win a couple of rounds for me to
build up,
believe
yeah.
I think
that they could beat the Nets or beat the Bucks or whatever. I think they could go out to Toronto in the first round. I'm shook for them. I put money in that stock, man. I want to take it out straight away.
Oh, what you think? Oh, you think Toronto could beat Philly?
Yeah.
They could. To be fair, they could. But I think if we're talking about the Nets, I think the Nets could beat if they have Miami. I think they're beating them in a series. If they have Philly, they're beating them in a series. I just wouldn't bet on them just based on everything this season. I think Boston would beat them.
The only team that I'm fearful for the Nets is the Bucks. That's the only team. The only team. Everyone
Not
else,
even the Celtics. I don't know, man.
We're not beating
Yeah.
KD and Kyrie 4 times.
That's the thing. It could even just go 7 and then Brooklyn just win.
Because I
And then what's
guarantee you, both of them are going off.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Both of them are going off it. So, yeah.
But that's the thing. You lot don't really. Boston defend really well, and you lot don't defend. So, without Ben Simmons as well, that could be a weird series.
Yeah, but there's going to be a game where one of them goes off and it's just going to be too much.
What's the latest on Ben Simmons?
They said that he could be back for the first round. So,
think there's a lot of dream selling going on there. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I think Maya Jammer's fiance is planning what drapes he's gonna have for his wedding or
Yeah,
whatever.
Boy,
If-
Ben
if-
Simmons comes
Doing
back,
food
it's
tasting.
over.
if Ben Simmons is available for the play-in, him and Maya Jama are definitely arguing.
Not playing, he's there for the playoffs.
You think so?
That's what they said. That he's there for the playoffs, not playing.
man. I don't know.
Ben 10. Let's see if you're gonna actually make an appearance. It will be the
Hey.
bookiest thing for you to show up first off the jump, join this Brooklyn team, win the chip. There's actually some video game stuff, but
Is anything's possible, fam? Just like KG said.
Hey, congrats to KG on his Hall of Fame induction. Him and Ray Allen made up finally.
yeah, that stuff was a bit weird still.
Why?
So get over it. At the end of the day, you're grown men.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but unless someone actually did some personal stuff, like let it go, man.
I think they're probably the only team that talks the most, and they only won one chip.
Yeah, they're the greatest. Like one championship team probably there is. They've trumped the Detroit Pistons. Like people talk about that Celtics big three, like they were. But again, they were in another finals in it, and in fact no, so were the Detroit Pistons the next year as well. They lost to the
Celtics went
Spurs,
3 straight.
huh?
I saw the Celtics went to 3 straight finals.
No.
No.
Orlando in 09.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was, I think they lost in the conference semis then, but Kevin Garnett was injured that year, so
Yeah, even the chip that Kobe won in 2010, Big Perk was injured in Game 7. It sounds like a joke thing, but to their system, it's for their system.
He was, he was the enforcer.
Yeah, and he was guarding Powell.
Yeah.
Sure.
So who do you think makes all first team?
all first team this season.
Start
I'd say
with guards.
off my head, it would be Ja Morant,
So I'm not even putting John. Luca's there.
I was gonna say, is it Ja Morant and Luka Doncic, or is it Devin Booker and Luka Doncic?
I'm going Luca D-Book.
Charles missed a lot of games too, to be fair.
When it comes to John Morant, his team's record is better when he's not there.
They still win when he's there, though. In fact, let me just because Booker, they won 64, 63 games. I'm going to go Booker, Doncic, small forward is techie.
Giannis KD.
Yeah, it has to be Giannis KD.
Giannis KD, then I'll
LeBron. I'm going to go LeBron. Giannis.
Is that
Embiid. Or the Joker.
Embiid.
Because I'm just not putting LeBron there, just
Because his team is.
Yeah. So he's on the second team, but yeah.
That's the thing, yeah, he's in the first two teams. Yeah, but then it's like, but KD, if we're being honest, you lot aren't meant to be in the play-in either. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Are they?
They're not.
They're not meant to be in the play-in. Yeah, you made it. And we're giving you, the puncher's chance every round, but you're not meant to be there. But yeah, you didn't completely come out. I just put LeBron in because I think he's played more games than KD.
It's
That's the only reason I put him in. And then I think Jason Tatum needs to be put in the shout there as well. Because I think he could have been picked.
It's understandable why the Brooklyn are in the playing though. KD got injured. Kyrie was in and out. KD getting injured derailed their whole season.
Yeah.
So
Because prior to him getting injured, we were top in the East.
I'm sorry. But if you told me before the season that KD would miss some time and you just had Harden and Kyrie, I know Kyrie went, I still think you'd be relatively fine. If you told me you just had Harden, I'd think you'd be relatively fine to win. So it's not my fault he wanted to get traded. Just like it's not your fault that Russ didn't work out. And all, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Or AD was injured and stuff like that. Because I know the Lakers' record would have been better if AD, even though I don't think they were getting out of the first round, because I saw them three play enough to know that, yeah, you're not beating anyone good, but you can, win some of these other games. But yeah, I only picked LeBron over KD because he played more games. If KD had played more games, I probably would have picked him. But yeah, that would be my all NBA first team
Joe, what's
for the
yours?
year.
Luka, D-Book, Giannis at the 4. Who am I gonna put at the 4?
Be honest at the 4.
So who am I missing at the 3 then?
There's LeBron, there's KD, there's Jason Tatum, there's
Based on this season,
Maybe there's DeRozan.
oh yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is the Rosen, isn't it?
he's not first team. He was an
What?
MVP shout. But
What?
Maybe.
The Rosen's low key had a better season than LeBron though, but I'm hush.
What?
I'm hush though.
What? Team wise or personally?
Personally,
Personally and team-wise, man.
You
LeBron
think-
ain't meant to not make no playoffs. DeRozan's had a better year. I'll give him that.
LeBron number
all right,
30.
cool. If I'm gonna include Debo,
You have to admit, like after a while, some of these 30s were like, yeah, we gotta try and keep it honest, but it's just like at the end of the day, it's just like, look, I'm gonna just score the ball in it. That's the game plan. I'm taking 25 shots. So
all right. I'm gonna say Luka, DeRozan, Devin Booker, Giannis, Joker.
it's a small team. No one picked Steph.
So I would have, but he got injured.
Yeah, he's been
Mm-hmm.
injured too much.
He might have been in my second team with John Morant. But what? Okay, playoff Tuesday.
And
These
Tuesday.
episodes are gonna get a bit more heated now that the games matter a bit more. Been on a lull for a couple of weeks, but come on, let's get it.
Come on.
Signing out this week. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.